Children of strict parents, what is the most ridiculous rule your parents gave you? My parents read an article in some stupid magazine that you cannot sit in front of the computer for longer than 45 minutes. So they set a rule that I cannot use the computer every hour from, say, 7:35 to 8 o'clock. Every hour. Even if I turned it on at 7:35, I still had to leave the room so they know I am not using the computer at 7:45. Holy shit, how did I survive? When I was like 15. My parents used to turn the internet off at 10 p.m. when they went to bed by taking the Ethernet adapter into their bedroom, so I bought one off of Amazon and crept downstairs to plug it back in every night after they were asleep. This went on for a while until my mom found it under my bed while tidying my room while I was out. They weren't good with computers, so I changed the password on the router and blacklisted their laptop phones, so they took the router away. After like 2 weeks of no one having internet, they gave up and stopped unplugging it. I definitely wasn't in the right, but at the same time I was never late for school and did all my homework, so I have no idea why they did it. The main issue it created was I'd spend all day inside on the computer talking to my online friends, playing games with them because I knew I wouldn't be able to at night. I bought my first car with my own money at 17, and I wasn't allowed to drive it to school, or work, or anywhere even, though I had had my driver's license for a full year prior. My mom would drive me, in my own car, places. It was pretty embarrassing and absolutely stupid. Your mom just scammed you for a free car. I had no privacy. My parents read through my phone whenever they wanted, which is acceptable to a point, I guess. They were paying for it, looked through my laptop, and even went through my drawers and read any journal or diary that I had. If I got in any trouble, they took my bedroom door. I didn't have a bedroom door from the time I was 15 until I moved out at 18. I was allowed to choose 2 people to be friends with at the beginning of the school year. If I ever mentioned interacting with anyone other than those 2, I'd get a lecture about friends. My dad didn't really care at first, but then from 17-19-ish, anything other than becoming a doctor would mean I was gonna end up in prison and get raped. Dad, can you take me to the store to get a new computer? Keep playing with computers and one day you'll be getting raped in prison. Can't we get ice cream? Why do you need ice cream? I like ice cream. Keep doing what you like and you'll get raped in prison. What the fuck? Keep asking that and you'll get raped in prison. All children of strict parents know this. You should socialize more. You are always in your room on your computer. Can't I go out with friends then? No. Definitely this. My mom is exactly that. I wasn't allowed to cross the street without an adult until I was 15. If I was going to hang out with friends, my mom would call their parents to make sure that we wouldn't be working anywhere, so that I wouldn't be crossing streets. At the time I thought it was weird but cute that she worried for me so much. Now it's just incomprehensible to me. I'm 16, and I have a borderline identical rule. However, I also wasn't supposed to be out after 7 o'clock, and I had to tell her if I was going anywhere, even if I was already out with friends. I was at someone's house overnight with my friends and we were going to walk one guy home. He had to leave early and we felt bad that he'd have to walk alone. I told them I couldn't come with BC. I was suspecting my mom had a tracker on my phone. She had been able to tell where I was multiple times. They told me I should just leave my phone while we walked. After all, it was 11:30 p.m. Why would she ever be awake? I went with them. Shouldn't be a problem. 47 missed calls. When I saw her truck on the way back, I genuinely thought I was going to die. We hauled ass behind the house. One of my friends opened the window. We left it cracked, and we threw ourselves inside. Thank God it was a one-story building. My friend's mom walked in and we were all asleep. Heist of the fucking century. Curfew at 4 in high school, but also they wanted me to join all the clubs, which ended at 4. Got grounded a lot. Sounds like entrapment. My parents did that all the time. Sounds like your parents have mental issues. Why would they make you do clubs if you had curfew at 4? That's completely manic. If I said a word too much, and it started to annoy my mom. She would consider it a curse word. If I said it, I'd be punished as if I'd said one too. I remember I picked up the word nasty from Watch That's So Raven, particularly hard to not say that one. We were not allowed to speak in the car, at the dinner table, or anywhere near her really. I wasn't allowed to swallow too loud, but because I couldn't learn how to not swallow without sound, I just never drank around her. 80s and school projects were not allowed. She never praised me, only told me I could do better. I remember crying when I got a high 80 in my world history class in 8th grade. It had been the highest in the class. But what really takes the cake for this one is in elementary school. I was up for getting an award at school, but the longer the award ceremony went on, the more irritated I saw my mom get. I remember thinking I was going to get into so much trouble because she was here, but I wasn't getting an award. I was so relieved when I was finally called up that I didn't even care that I got the fucking gold presidential award. I have a lot more stories like this. My mom really messed me up. Oh my gosh, to be anxious and afraid of getting in trouble when you're getting a prestigious award. Geez, I'm sorry. We were allowed to have diaries, but we had to let our parents read them if they asked. As a result, we did not keep diaries, because they would always ask to read them. I kept a false diary full of boring shit. They also have a very selective view of privacy. Locking doors meant we were up to no good, and they would routinely barge into us in places like the bathroom. When we told them to get out, they could not understand why we were upset. FTR, mine and my sister's bathroom does not have a lock on it. They also would selectively enforce the rules. Telling was when they were doing something bad or malicious. Tackling was when you told to get them in trouble. Naturally, my sister would do something mean to me, that is, made an opening night play with very mean things being said about me, and when I told them, I got in trouble for tattling. But when I wrote in my diary the mean things my sister said, she read it and told, it was telling, because writing those things is very mean, crazy. Wow, man, that's abuse. Kinda. Not kinda. With the privacy thing, my parents had no tolerance for closing doors with keys or so. They barged in at any given time. So once I just started masturbation fully naked on a chair right in front of my door and they both barged in. We kept eye contact and I said, no, will you let me close my door with a key? Well, got my privacy then. Edit. Well, my for now most upvoted comment is about masturbation in front of my parents. Nice. My boyfriend's parents didn't allow us to be alone together in a house for a couple years into our relationship. We were adults and they had this rule. However, we were both away from college, so they didn't have full control. So what did they do? They tracked my boyfriend's phone at night, and thus they'd catch him for spending the night at my dorm. That didn't go over too well. So he started leaving his phone at his dorm at night. Same situation. Me and my BF are in college, both live at home BCA, it's cheaper. In order for a BF to come over or I come over to his place, someone needs to be there to supervise. If we are watching a movie together on the couch, they come in and turn the lights all the way on and leave. If we turn them off again, they come in and turn them on. On my computer, I have NetNanny, which either blocks me from entering a site or warns me of the site. For example, if I want to shop a retail place, it warns me of lingerie swimwear, even if I'm only looking at shoes or jewelry. I've been blocked out of things I need, for instance an online final for being provocative. BC had mentioned half-naked Hawaiian dancers. I am not allowed to take it off my computer. BC, my mother is the administrator. No going outside unless given permission. For my own yard. No eating anything unless given permission. No watching WWE because it does not depict real wrestling. No cutting hair above chin because it looks gay. No dyeing hair on natural colors because it looks gay. For me specifically, no dyeing hair at all because I have red hair and your hair is rare, so don't ruin it. Probably not that strict, but my mom would never let me have those candy stick things because they encouraged smoking. If anything, seeing her go into the back garden for a cigarette a couple of times a day encouraged me to smoke, not some sugar stick. Also, if anyone's from the UK and remembers the children's TV program Tracy Beaker, I wasn't allowed to watch that because it was a bad image of what foster homes were really like. Yeah, I'd either.